With the slow-going Monarch Pass behind us, we're ready to start making some serious time. But we've just discovered that we will have to start our day with another pass, Cinnamon Pass. These mountain passes are not like the paved mountain passes we've done hundreds of times. These are the original gold mining mountain passes left by pioneers and settlers hundreds of years ago. They're rough, they are rocky, and they are dangerous. Our attempts to study the tap before we began failed us. We were completely unaware that this was coming. This day would prove to be the most challenging of the TAT, the most difficult we've ever faced. Our Jeep was capable, and our experience had prepared us to handle this. But these back-to-back surprises have put us way behind schedule and now endanger our ability to complete the TAT in the allotted time. This is our story. This is our adventure. This is the Transamerica Trail series. All right, guys, we're just about done. I was taking out the trash here so we can get on the road. And this morning we're going to be headed up and over to Mesa Verde. Now, we stayed here last night at the Mill Creek Campground. That was not the plan. The plan was to stay over at the Matterhorn Campground, about 35 miles west of here. But we had some slowdowns yesterday. You're going to have some days like that. And as we made it through the day, we noticed that it was getting later and later, and we were still not quite as far along as we thought we might be. By the time we got to the San Cristobal Lake, which is just about 5 miles east of here, Tiffany noticed something on the map that we hadn't seen before. Here she comes. And that's that from this section here, the next 10 miles is a very narrow trail, and it climbs from 9,500 feet to 11,500 feet. That means that this is probably going to be very, very much like the pass we did the other day. We're anticipating that this 10-mile stretch is going to take us at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Now check out the creek that we were listening to all night. It's very nice. And by the way, the view here is not too bad either. Look at that. All right, so the plan today, we're going to leave the campground here. We're going to get out here on the road, and we expect that in the first few minutes, we're going to start onto one of those mountain pass trails, which probably means that it's going to be steep, it's going to be bumpy, it's going to be a very slow pass for us. If that's the case, it could take us an hour to hour and a half to get over that. And if that's the case, then it means a very slow start to the day. Now, we need to do about 150 miles to get over into the Mesa Verde area, depending on which campground we end up going to. We've targeted several over there, but there's no internet at this campground. We had no service at all. And so we haven't been able to get enough information to know which of those campgrounds is the one that's going to be best for us. So after we get over the pass, again, back up to 11,500 feet, we're hoping that we'll get some service up there and we can do some quick homework and figure out where it is that we want to go. By the way, we stayed here last night, 9,500 feet. The night before, 10,500 feet. We're getting ready to go back over another pass, 11,500 feet. The last few days of Colorado have been very high elevation, all day, every day. Mosquitoes. Elevation doesn't bother mosquitoes, evidently. But all day, every day, we've been anywhere from 8,500 to almost 12,000 feet. So it looks like today's going to continue that trend. But after today, we're anticipating that we're going to come out of the elevation, and that's not going to be a thing for us for a while. All right, guys, so we're rolling, and we're headed up, and we're going to be going up and over the mountain pass here. What was the Cinnamon Pass? Up and over Cinnamon Pass, we're currently at 9,500 feet. We're going to be going up and over at 11,500 feet. That's a pretty high pass. We're expecting to climb more than 2,000 feet in less than 10 miles. Typically, that means you're dealing with a narrow, steep, rough path. So that's what we're anticipating. That's why we wanted to make sure that the tires weren't overinflated, and why we also didn't choose to do this late last night, because we didn't want to end up having to do some of this, you know, late in the day when we're already tired. Get a fresh start, we'll tackle it new. Tiffany was just saying, if the trail continues the way that it is, it's definitely going to take us an hour. I agree. Having said that, this is a trail that I think our Dirty Bunch Jeep Club would love.
Yeah, there was a non-mod mixed in with those side-by-sides.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yep.
So if you're not in a Jeep, non-mod's a term that we use in the Jeep community to refer to unmodified or stock Jeeps. Now, this trail is not, it's not something that would require, you know, a suspension lift or oversized tires. It's just rough and it's a slow go. So a non-mod could definitely do this.
I wouldn't bring your Prius up this particular path. I mean, people do, so if I see a Prius, I wouldn't be surprised.
This is the trail that we're on, guys. Look at this. Wow. I don't think I'm ever going to get used to this. We've been looking at this type of scenery now for the last 3 or 4 days, and wow. I don't think I'm going to miss this thin air at elevation, though, for somebody who's used to being at sea level. Whew, I'm feeling that. One other hazard, I guess, while you're driving, you better keep your eyes on the road and not on all of this stuff. Now, we're still on the lookout for the bighorn sheep. We know that there are a lot of them that live in this area, but we're yet to see one. But this is exactly the type of environment that they love. So hopefully we'll get a good look at them today. Our first side-by-side of the day, it's coming from behind us. Yeah, so if you're not familiar with what a side-by-side is, that's what it is right there. And they can move through this a lot faster than we can, just because they're lighter, and the rough roads don't impact them the same way that it does for a full-size Jeep, especially one that's loaded down for a cross-country trip. And on top of that has a roof rack with a tent on top of it. So yeah, they can move along a lot quicker. And so fortunately the roads here so far have been wide enough that they can easily pass. Yeah, so that was interesting. I was wondering why there was a big pile of gravel in the road. I thought maybe they were going to come back and level out and try to fill in some holes or something. Instead, what it was that was one of the washout areas. So as the runoff comes down the mountain, it had actually washed out about half of the road. And so the left half of the road, the driver's side half of the road, was missing. So they were using that to help keep people from driving off. If you're wondering, yes, that is snow. There are puffs of snow that still just hasn't had a chance to melt yet. Now, what's the temperature say, baby?
64.
64 degrees. It's plenty warm enough to melt off. And I'm sure that it is melting off. but it hasn't completely melted off yet.
That's how you know there was a lot of snow there.
Yeah, it's the 27th of June, guys, and there's snow here now. Elevation comes into play. It's 10,300 feet right here. Yeah.
I was gonna give you a duck. It's a Jeep. Oh, it's a Jeep thing. I was letting you go by, but
Boomer.
unloaded, weighted down, so I gotta go a lot slower. Thank you. Follow our channel.
Boomer.
Y'all have fun.
There's some really cool old buildings there right on the side of the road. Those, you can tell, are pretty old. Doesn't look like they're in use anymore, but they're right there for everybody to check out. Now, there've been a lot of traffic on this road so far, and it's no wonder. This drive is absolutely gorgeous. I hope that you guys are getting a sense for just how beautiful this is. We just came around the corner, and I can see here's a guy up in front of us that's on a mountain bike, and he's waving to somebody, which means somebody's coming our way. Yeah, one of the things that we've noticed here in Colorado, woo! Yeah! One of the things we've noticed here in Colorado is the number of people that like to ride their bikes up here, and the views are spectacular. So yeah, I get that, but oh my goodness, the fitness level it would take to be able to ride your bicycle, you know, up this trail to 11,500 feet. You see that waterfall? And that's just incredible. So the fitness level of these folks.
Oh my God, and they're over 50. Like everyone we've seen so far on those mountain bikes have been healthy over 50.
Good for them. I'm like, wow. Now, I used to ride my bike a lot, but no. Oh my goodness. There it is, the perfect Griswold Christmas tree. Yeah, guys, if you like to do rustic dispersed camping, this is a great place. We're finding some really, really nice camp spots with absolutely spectacular mountain views.
Well, let's say it's a nice camp spot because of the view. I mean, it's nothing. There's a fire pit, that's it. So
a flat spot.
A flat spot. Great view. So if you like that kind of thing, yeah. But if you need a toilet and you know, running water and all that kind of stuff, then you need to stay back that way.
Now, those little side-by-sides are actually a lot of fun. And if you've not already seen it, we did a video where we did a side-by-side tour when we went to Alaska. We took our youngest son with us. He rode a four-wheeler. Tiffany and I were in a side-by-side, and we had a half-day glacier adventure in the backwoods and back parts of Alaska. It was an outstanding tour that we took with 49 State Motor Tours. We'll put a link for that video in the description of this video. And if you've not already seen it, go check it out. We had a blast on that. And
highly recommend it.
Yeah, we saw some really, really amazing stuff. Now, several of these side-by-sides that we've seen have rental signs on them. So it looks like there's a rental company over there by Lake St. Cristobal that we passed yesterday. That's a great idea for those folks over there because they're literally like 5 miles from the start of the trailhead here for Cinnamon Pass.
It's a drive-by ducking.
Yeah.
You're having a good time.
Hush.
How's the trail going back that way?
It's fine.
Nice. Nice. All right. Well, we've been doing this for 35 days.
35 days?
Cross country.
Oh,
On roads like this.
wow.
Boomer.
Wow.
Hush.
Headed to Oregon.
So it's your first time? No, you've been through here before then.
Oh, not through here. No.
Wow, yeah, you'll love it. Have you done engineer yet?
Boomer.
So it kind of connects the Ouray, Silverton, Lake City,
Yeah.
along with Cinnamon. It's a northern trail.
Okay.
And this is going to dump you out at a place called Animas Forks.
Okay.
And then you make a right turn. If you got any maps, it'll show you.
Yeah.
You can take engineer back across if you wanted to.
Nice.
But it puts you right back where you were.
Nice.
But yeah, there's
Sweet.
so much
Big
stuff
loop.
here.
Yeah, nice.
Well, we're headed. I think our next stop is Mesa Verde and Moab and Arches and all the way to Oregon.
Yeah.
So, and then back to Florida where we live.
Wow. Awesome.
Well, you guys have a great day. Enjoy your time.
Thank you. Y'all too. Thank you so much.
See ya. It's a drive-by ducking.
Thank you.
You get a duck, and you get a duck. And
Oh, love the
the
dog. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's a duck. See ya.
So if you don't know, it's kind of a Jeep thing. Boomer. Stop.
Those are cows, Boomer.
It's a Jeep thing for Jeepers to give each other rubber ducks. And we carry a bag full of these little rubber ducks that we hand out. And we never get the regular ducks. Like these are 4th of July ducks. So they're red, white, and blue, and they're spankly. And we've been handing them out over the last couple weeks. Before that, we had some Florida ducks. So they had sunglasses and they had little floats that they sat. There was, some of them had little pith helmets on there. And anyways, it's a Jeep thing. We'll go to the grocery store and come out, and sometimes we'll have 2 or 3 ducks sitting on our Jeep. It's a way for one Jeeper to say to another Jeeper, hey, I saw your Jeep and it looks good. You're doing a great job, type of a thing. So it's a silly little thing. Some people do it. Some people actually despise the concept. You'll see some people that have their entire dashboard just full of ducks. We don't do that because it gets in the way of all of our equipment and stuff. And with roads like this, they get shot out the window anyways. But three Jeepers there, and we were able to give each of them a duck, and then we move on down the road. That's just kind of a silly Jeep thing that we like to do, but it's a big deal in the Jeeping community. So if you're not familiar with that, now you know. Jeepers have just a sense of community. We've run into Jeepers just like that guy right there, and they'll sit and talk to you for hours and tell you about where you want to do this, but don't do that. Everybody just is friendly and freely gives information, Jeeper to Jeeper. It's almost like you joined a family when you bought a Jeep, especially if you run into each other out on trails like this.
It's a jamily.
It's our jamily. Guys, look at this. Wow. What a beautiful climb that was. We're 11,500 feet, still going up. 11,600 feet. This is the highest that we've climbed Valkyrie, and we're still climbing, guys. The view up here is amazing. Boomer, hush.
It's a drive-by ducking.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're the only ones who think there's anybody behind me.
Enjoy your ride.
Hush. And if you're wondering, that was not a non-mod. So we hit a real slick patch right there. We had a couple different options. Number one, we could try to take a different path. If we went around to that side, we put ourselves at too much of an angle, and up this high, it's really not a good idea. So what we opted to do was to turn on our locker and lock all four wheels into place and run it together. True four-wheel drive. All right, look at this, guys. Absolutely fantastic. Those little guys have a shorter wheelbase and they can make that easier. We're going to kind of do a little back up and hit it. All right, baby, you're good. If you want to turn and come back. You got more. You got plenty of room. Probably right there. Let's just get a good eye here and make sure that she gets this okay. You've got the locker if you need it, but I don't think you will. You've got the locker if you need it, but I don't think that you will. I'm really impressed with Tiffany's driving, guys. She has gotten to be such a fantastic off-road driver over the last few years. I absolutely love seeing that type of confidence in her. Hang on to your boots, Boomer dog. You got it as you put it back.
All right.
If you can keep your driver tire to the left of that running water, maybe back up a line on that. There you go, just like that, straw red water. Right. You come aside just a little bit. A little more. Going right into the water. There you go. Now just straighten your wheels out. Just kind of turn and drive. There you go. Now you probably come right up. 12,002 feet. We've now crossed over the 12,000 feet mark. The highest we've ever climbed with Valkyrie. And Cinnamon Pass has turned out to be one of the most amazing trails we've ever done. The imagery here is spectacular. So we're up near the top of Cinnamon Pass, 12,200 feet. We've got another Jeep that's coming head on. we found a little place where we can edge over. It should be just enough room for two Jeeps to pass each other.
It's a drive-by ducking. Enjoy your trip.
12,200 feet, and the Jeeples are still ducking. Look at this. Out the window. Might need to close the window on this one so we make sure that we've got enough when rub up against the snow if they need to. That's all right. That's all good. So the deal here is that the trail's really narrow, but then now the snow has come down as it's kind of melted and settled and just slid a little bit. It's down into the road. And rather than avoid the snow, we'll just rub right up against it and push our way into it if we need to, rather than come off the edge of this trail, because that's a long way down, guys. Yeah, look, we're not the only people that have been rubbing up against this snow. Whew, getting cold on my back. That snow water run down in there. Oh my goodness, guys. This is the craziest path I think we've been on. So you're literally running along the ridge of the mountain here. And 12,500 feet, the air is really thin. It says it's, what's the temperature,
62.
62. It's not 62 degrees here, guys. We're going to pull over and try to make room here because it looks like we've got a couple more Jeeps that are coming down. It looks like we've kind of reached a spot here at the top where folks are kind of pulling over to get pictures and stuff, and that may be exactly what we do. Hey, Boomer, knock it off. But this road is really crazy up here, the way that it's just weaving. It's like a liquid, the shape of it.
You want to duck? Let's see if I can throw it. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. It's a drive-by ducking at 12,000 feet. There you go.
Thank you.
Be safe. You too.
12,500 feet, and the Jeeples are still ducking. And Boomer doesn't want to stop talking. Alright guys, so we've reached the peak. Here it is. Cinnamon Pass, 12,640 feet. Here's where we're going to be headed, right down that trail right there. And you can see the side-by-sides that went down the trail. That's where we're going to be headed. And look at where we've been. Now, we were worried that this might be just like this 10, 11-mile track that might take us an hour, hour and a half. It's taken us more than 2 hours. I don't care. We do it again just for this. This is just incredible.
These are totally rentals. It's a drive-by ducking at 12,000 feet. Have a good day.
How many ducks have we given out now?
Oh, probably 10 or 12.
All right, now I know somebody's going to watch this and say, Why are you guys going so slow? Well, again, when we get these things on video, they never ever seem to really fully express the steepness of the trail. So we're doing a pretty good decline right now. We've gone down about 900 feet in the last half a mile, and we're continuing to go down pretty steep here. So when you're coming down, you don't want to just ride the brakes. So we've shifted down into manual 2 so that we can try to let the transmission kind of help us take some of this, and then we can feather the brakes. The last thing we want to do is just ride our brakes coming down the mountain,
Exactly.
overheat those things and kill them, so now the brakes fail on us. That's the last thing that you want to do.
You can also go into downhill assist, so that'll take care of it as well.
Yeah.
You're kind of locked into that. But it's whatever you feel comfortable with. If you need to shift to a lower gear, which I highly recommend, or engaging your downhill assist, which you have to be in 4 low in order to engage that. So,
Right.
just something to think about. Do not ride the brake.
Exactly. And do not try to just zing down these types of trails too quickly, because
Or you'll end up on the news.
we expected to catch a main road at Animas Fork and start making up time, but Cinnamon Pass was just the first of 5 mountain passes we would face this day. Join us next time for part 2 of what would be the most difficult and challenging day of the entire Transamerica Trail.